See if you'll chill out. All right, good morning. Welcome to Manhood. It'll be a little rough today. Can't tell how well she's going to do. But we're going to power on through it, huh? We've got, this is just a daily Bible study stream where I get on here, attempt to hold a newborn baby, play video games, and talk about God's Word. So if that doesn't fit for what you're looking for, you're welcome to go and find something that does. But usually we go through a few different things here. We've got, first and foremost, I'll go through commitments made yesterday. Then we'll jump onto, you all right? We're going to be fighting Radon probably the entire time and reading the Bible while I fight. Radon is probably not going to go super well. But we'll see. We're going to try. So, usually what we do is we start out with yesterday's commitments. Every day I just make commitments before I go out. And so, whoops, that was an early roll. There we go. We're back in it. It'll be all right. Yesterday we did make the, here, do this. All those guys. All right. We made the commitment to do the daily devotionals with the wife and the children. Yesterday morning, I think I could be wrong. I don't think I actually did a devotional with my wife. She was sleeping and I had to get ready for work. But we did with the kids last night. Interesting little story there. I was taking care of her while Elise, she was just, my wife, she was getting, okay, that didn't work. She was getting out for the evening, so I was trying to feed her, and I was having my daughter read the Bible to the other kids. She's 9, and then we got 7, 5, 3, and then this baby. What was funny though is we were, I haven't really realized how much I like translate verbiage in the Bible for my kids as I'm reading them at night. But I'm not saying like I alter the message at all, but we ended up in the portion of the Bible where David's son Absalom is attempting to, hey, what's going on? What is that, Mr. Sandman? Welcome. David's son Absalom is attempting to bring him shame, and oops, missed it. And he does something really, really bad with all his dad's concubines. And my 9-year-old daughter just read it straight how it was. And I realized in that moment that usually I like translate that stuff so there's not a lot of really uncomfortable questions. But yeah, it was just funny to me because they didn't ask any questions about it though, so we moved on. But it was definitely an uncomfortable moment. All right, we got past him. I wonder if I can. Oof, okay, I'm gonna have to really, really work on this. This is probably not gonna go super well. This is Elden Ring. All right, but we did do the devotional. That went okay. I also was going to hold to, I did not get a good workout in yesterday. Things got really busy. The gym is at work, and so if things get crazy, it sometimes devolves and falls apart, but that's okay. We did do the posts, though, yesterday. Something I've been working on. Yeah, it's fun. Oh, hold on. I don't know how to consolidate chat so that you like, I've got chat can be seen from Kick, Twitch, and YouTube, but not YouTube vertical or TikTok. So I've just got to like, I guess, denote what those people are saying. Okay, gratitude for the day. One of the first things I like to Every day we go through things we're grateful for. Mr. Salmon, if you got stuff you're grateful for, let us know. You're chatting, so you're going to be called out. And anyone else is welcome to as well. I am super grateful recently for AI tooling. That's been cool. It's been very, very helpful for just speeding up the time it takes to do a lot of stuff. Besides doing this at like 5:30 to 6:15, there is not a lot of time. Oh my goodness. Okay, well. There's not a lot of time to do other stuff, and so I'm really grateful for how easy AI makes it. All right. Okay, I don't know that this is going to be super useful for me to try to do it. We're going to see. Okay, what else? I had a realization yesterday that my super blessed for my parents. I'm super grateful for them. I don't deserve the parents that I have. Love my kids. They would help me whenever I need it, and we just have a really good relationship, and that's not something that I'm super grateful for that. And then finally, I'm thankful for pacifiers. Very, very grateful for pacifiers. Huge blessing. All right, we are officially going to get into... Going to get into the chapter. Oh, I tried to get on the horse while it was coming. Didn't work. All right, let's ride. All right. You just stay on the horse? I might just stay on the horse. I'm kind of afraid though. Alright. Okay. Let's go into the chapter. Huh? I would not expect that I'm going to beat this guy during this live stream, just so we're all on the same page. Wait, that didn't work. Nice. Hey, look at this. Let's grab these guys. Nope, that didn't work at all. All right, going into the chapter. 1 Samuel chapter 25. Now Samuel died, which, super sad. Hello, Quiet 750. Thank you for the follow. I'm trying to do better at like saying thanks for stuff. I don't know how to do all this, and I can't track it. There's a lot of stuff going on at once. But if you follow me, I appreciate it. Okay, Samuel dies. So remember, Samuel's the priest. He anoints Saul, and then he anoints David. And all Israel assembled and mourned for him. And they buried him in the house of Ramah. And then David rose and went down to the wilderness of Paran. And there was a man in Maon. No, I don't want to grow my stream. Thanks for the offer, though. I'd rather stay really, really small and in a corner. That's my goal. So, but I appreciate it. Thank you for the offer. And there was a man in Moan whose business was in Carmel. Hold on, I gotta pick up these guys. The man was very rich. He had, 3,000 sheep and 1,000 goats. He was shearing his sheep in Carmel. We're getting them. Getting on the horse for this part. I think I'm going to try... Oh my goodness. No, don't do that. I think I'm going to try getting off the horse. Yeah, I'm going to try getting off the horse. I also really want to... Okay, this is not going to work out. Okay, all right. I'm going to stay on the horse. We're going to stay on the horse. All right, man of Moan, he was shearing sheep. Very rich guy. The name of the guy was Nabal. Quick call out here. Nabal in Hebrew literally means fool. So if you're not aware of that, his name is literally fool. Okay. And the name of his wife was Abigail. I don't actually know what Abigail means. I probably should. The woman was discerning and beautiful, or wise and beautiful. The man was harsh and badly behaved. He was a Calebite. David heard in the wilderness that Nabal was shearing his sheep. So David sent 10 young men, and David said to the young men, "Go up to Carmel, go to Nabal, and greet him in my name. And thus you shall greet him. Peace be with you, and peace be to you, and peace be to your home, and peace be to all that you have." So they're making just like a very formal, nice, gracious entreaty of him. And they're defending it with what they've done for his people before. So I hear that you have shearers. Now your shepherds have been with us, and we did no harm to them. Right? And they missed nothing all the time that they were... Sorry, I get distracted when I'm trying to dodge an arrow while I read the Bible. We did no harm to them, and they missed nothing all the time they were in Carmel. Ask your young men, and they will tell you. Therefore, let my young men find favor in your eyes, for we have come on a feast day. And please give whatever you have at hand to your servants. I gotta get this. Those arrows are going to hurt me. They're falling from the sky. I wonder if you can... Just stay under his legs. Oh, can't do that. You know what I just realized is you can't summon your own summon. Ouch. Ow. Alright, well. I gotta learn when to roll. Thanks for the follow, Light9997. Appreciate your offer to make me a huge streamer. I'm good, though. Okay. All right, so they missed nothing all the time they were in Carmel. Ask your young men, they will tell you. Therefore, let my young men find favor in your eyes, that we may come on a feast day. Please give whatever you have at hand for your servants and to your son David. So, hey, we took care of your guys while they were out in the fields tending their sheep. Now you're shearing those sheep. You're going to make a profit off of this. You're going to be a very wealthy man once again. It's a feast day, so you're celebrating the wins that you have. Will you please share some of that with us, since we went out of our way to protect your men, right? That's the idea here. And when David's young men came, they said all this to Nabal in the name of David, and then they waited. And Nabal answered David's servants, "Who is David? Who is the son of Jesse? There are many servants these days who are breaking away from their masters. Shall I take my bread and my water and my meat that I have killed for my shearers and give it to men who come from I do not know where?" So the young men turned away and came back and told him all this. Okay, so this guy Probably a bad decision made there. He not only says no, but he essentially, in essence, they would have known the situation going on, and clearly they do, because later on Abigail talks about what's happening here and how David has been a valiant warrior and saved Israel from all this stuff. So they know who he is, and they know the story of him abandoning Saul. And so in essence, he's saying no and, what's the word for the mind is going completely blank. What's the word for offending him? That's greed, right? Yeah, it's greed. It's also just, it's greed and unwise greed. Absolutely. So, oh my goodness, my back. Yeah, and it's just like, why on earth do I owe you anything? Like, I didn't ask you to do that. Which, in some ways, like, people, they'd be like, yeah, absolutely. It's clearly not wise. Literally, the guy's name is Fool that's doing it. I want to look up if you can actually, like... Hey, we're doing better this time. This is going good. Oh, no. Man, he's fast. I'm going to die. Can't even move. Okay. David said to the men, every man strap on his sword. And every man that strapped on his sword, David also, and every man of them strapped on his sword. David also strapped on his sword. About 400 men went up after David, while 200 remained with the baggage. But one of the young men told Abigail, Nabal's wife, behold, David sent messengers out of the wilderness to greet our master, and he railed at them. Yet the men were very good to us, and we suffered no harm. If you didn't know, you can also swing on the left. Oh, yes, I'm aware. I appreciate that. Now, whether or not I'll be able to do that in the moment is going to be a different story, but I'm aware we can do it. Okay, sorry. David's messengers came out. He railed at them. Yet the men were very good to us, and we suffered no harm, and we did not miss anything when they were in the fields, as long as we went with them. So essentially what they're saying is, hey, we were the shearers, we were there, and we were like literally with these guys the entire time when they were protecting us. And now Nabal, the owner of this house, is going to have us all killed. And they're not wrong. We kind of see this is kind of a departure from what David has done in the past, where he's allowing his anger to get the best of him. It's arguable, and it's actually proven that God does not want this to happen, which we'll see here in a little bit. And we'll see why. Hold on. They were a wall to us, both by night and by day, all the while we were with them keeping the sheep. Now, therefore, know this. Oh, man, I didn't roll. If I stay over here, will they just go fight him and I can just dodge his arrows the entire time? That'd be interesting. Oh, they're going to shoot. All right. We're going off horse. I tried to... I don't think I'm going to be able to parry that. Let's get away a little bit. All right. We're switching to our two swords. Oh. You can just have them fight him and not hit him once. But they're all going to die. Or maybe they'll live. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like that wouldn't be really fair. We're at the Radon Festival. Far be it from me. Oh, hold on. Here, we'll watch them for a minute. They were a wall against us both night and day, all the while we were with them, keeping the sheep. Now, therefore, know this and consider what you should do, for harm is determined against our master and against all his house. And he is such a worthless man that one cannot speak to him. You can kind of just watch them fight him. Let me go get some more. Hold on. He's going to come after me now. There's summon signs, re-summon sign? This is why we need you here. Okay, I rolled the wrong way. We'll get there. All right. He's such a worthless man, no one can speak to him. And Abigail made haste and took 200 loaves and 2 skins of wine and 5 sheep. Nice. That's awesome. Quiet 750s beat this game twice for anyone that can't see that chat. So, it's only on TikTok. So, here's the biggest call out. If you're going to act the fool, make sure that you have a wife of beauty and of discernment and wisdom. That's the key right there. Because she's going to, well, we'll see here that she initially saves his life. It doesn't really end up working out. But, harm is determined against a master. Okay, so what she does, she makes haste. Yes, it's very true. So if you have a good wife, she can save you from a lot of harm. That's what I've done. I've been the fool my entire life, but thankfully I have a wife who has covered a multitude of my arrogance and problems. And make sure that if you are a wife, that you as a wife are one as Abigail. Watching out for your husband even when he doesn't necessarily deserve it. But that would have also fallen on the entire household. So. And we don't know the situation of how they got into their marriage, and we don't know what was going on there. But, all right, hold on. There we go. We're good. Check it out. We're going to swing in here. Getting hits off. We're helping them for sure. We're gonna gather the attention, and then they can keep attacking, or we run away. I'm a little concerned about. There we go. Okay. So she took 200 loaves, 2 skins of wine, 5 sheep already prepared, and the 5 seahs of parched grain. I don't know how to pronounce seah, but I'm assuming that's correct. Hold on. There we go. We're going to keep getting some attacks in. All right. Oh, goodness. What was that? All right. Okay. Okay. And she laid them on donkeys, and she said to her young men. Hold on. Run to the side here. Okay, careful, careful. We're about to make it all fall apart if we're not. Oh, I need you to keep this in your mouth. Oh, you gotta keep moving. Okay, she's not gonna keep it in her mouth. I can't stop moving. Let's go back and fight. What are you guys doing just standing there? Does he jump in the air at half health, or is it a full second phase? Ooh, I gotta jump over that. Okay. I almost jumped too early and missed that. All right, everybody, I need you to do a little bit of damage on him. There we go. Thank you. got some on. Let's keep on moving. You can find Blythe's summon sign as the OP summon. I'm assuming, isn't that down there somewhere? Maybe it's this one. Oh, uh-oh. Okay, hold on. Where's he coming from? This is where we die. Here we go. I rolled through it. Oh, it's random after that. Okay. Good to know. I do like Blythe. Okay. We got to finish this chapter. I'm going to get in trouble. Bull's mom's going to tell me off if I don't actually read through this and talk about it. All right. So Abigail makes haste. She gets all that stuff, loads it on donkeys. She says to her young men, "Go on before me. Behold, I come after you." But she did not tell her husband to bawl. You need your passy again? Need you to stay good for one. That'll be good. Okay, so she rode on the donkey and came down under the cover of the mountain. Behold. Sweet. 1 Samuel 25, we're in verse 20 right now. And behold, David and his men came down toward her, and she met them. Now David had said, "Surely in vain have I guarded all that that fellow has in the wilderness, so that nothing was missed of all that belonged to him. And he has returned me evil for good. God, do so to the enemies of David, and more also, if by morning I have so much as one male of all his house who belongs to him." Thanks for following, Zach. I have these beetle things that live in our house. They're our pets. They're like little, I don't know what they're called. They're called box elder beetles, and they're totally harmless, but they come off the trees on this. We have all these trees on the side of our house. And I tell this story every like 2 days, so Bull's mom has probably heard it like 6 times now. But every time it gets cold, they come find a way into our home. And they're just gross. All right, we're killing them this time while we read. Okay, so Abigail sees David, and she hurried and got down from the donkey and fell before David on her face and bowed to the ground. So, woman of wisdom and discernment here. She is doing everything that she can to try and stop the calamity that's falling on her based on the foolishness of her husband. Hold on. There we go. Probably just going to pull out the vertical ones this time. I like Alexander a little better than Blythe. Blessings. What's going on? Yeah, man, I really enjoy this game. It's a good time. Hold on. Getting hit off. Moving fast. Okay. So she says, "On me alone, my lord, is the guilt." So a person of wisdom will take guilt that is not theirs in a... Oh, that's not going to be good. In an effort to appease a situation. And that's something that like I feel like I've seen in my life as well. As a person of wisdom and discernment is more willing to take on the guilt of something than somebody who's foolish, right? And that's an element of our pride, is not being willing to be at fault. Whereas people of like true character, true humility, and true wisdom will often take more of the fault for something than they even deserve. Yeah, it is a child. Is that Cameron? Yeah, this is my baby girl. This is our 5th. So we're just hanging out and playing Elden Ring and reading the Bible together. Oh, die. Okay. I'm looking for more. All right, I'm going to keep reading while I'm looking for more. Let on me be the guilt, my lord, is what she says. Please let your servants speak in your ears, and let the word... Did I not get that? Hold on. Oh, yeah, we want the jar back. We're getting the jar. Thank you. I think she's adorable as well. I do. Let not my lord regard this worthless fellow Nabal. Now, she's wise and discerning. She is not biased, so she has no issue like being honest about the worthiness of her husband, which I don't know whether or not that's a good or bad thing. I would say you should be careful with that unless truly your husband has proven that he truly is a worthless fellow. And that's not just your biasness of his actions, right? Oh, man, he's killing off my friend with the jar. All right, we got to go help him. Oh, don't do that. Hold on. We'll get back to the reading. 1 second. One second. Yes, a woman of wisdom does know. That's true. There it is. We're learning how to do it. This is where somebody's coming and saying, you know, you can swing your sword from the left, right? I do know. Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't do that. Don't do that. Hold on. That did not work. That did not work. What's going on? What does it say? Background actor. Welcome. Okay. So, on me alone be the guilt. We all have our faults and our quirks, but I have been married for 41 years, and he is a really good man. That's awesome. I've only been married for, 10 years? Going on 11? But my wife is a good wife. I hope I'm a good man. I believe that generally I am. But that's only by the grace of Christ. It's not because of my own doing. So, now then, my Lord... Oh, sorry. Let my Lord neglect this worthless fellow, Nabal, for as his name is, so he is. Once again, Nabal means fool. We're going to stay over here and dodge these things while we read the rest of this because I'm running out of time and I want to get through this chapter. And we'll let these guys go and fight. Nabal is his name and folly is with him. But I, your servant, did not see the young men. I didn't even know that you guys had come by. I didn't know, and this wouldn't have happened if I did know. How far those things go. Pretty far. All right. Now then, my Lord, as the Lord lives... Is there one right here? No. Because the Lord has restrained you from blood guilt. So now she's calling on his morality and his faith in God, right? This is what she's calling to. It's the same thing that Moses, Abraham, and others all throughout the Old Testament do, is call on, when they're calling on the Lord himself, God, they call upon his character as a way to get him to change his path and direction. And this is what Abigail in her wisdom and discernment is doing as well. So she says, now then, my Lord, as the Lord lives and as your soul lives, because the Lord has restrained you from blood guilt and from saving with your own hand. Now then, let your enemies and those who seek to do evil to my Lord be as Nabal. So she's pairing alongside David saying, hey, my husband did something terrible. Let the guilt be on me. But you should thank God that I showed up here and stopped you from breaking essentially what is your character, who you are. Oh, he's coming after me. She's gonna get upset. Hold on. Hey, it worked. Got on the horse. Like this? Okay, I need you to stay calm for another couple minutes. And then she does pair alongside him, saying that, hey, you do deserve retribution for this, but let the Lord do it, right? May those who act as Nabal did. He's mad. He's mad. Calling him in. And now let this present that your servant has brought to my Lord be given to the young men who follow my Lord. So let me make this thing right. Let me give you guys what you need. Hey, thank you for the follow. I don't know what that says. Just a random something. Welcome. Let that be given to the young men, and please forgive the trespass of your servant. For the Lord will certainly make my Lord a sure house. Now she's referring to David. She's characterizing David as her Lord. And she says, hey, like, I am humbly coming before you. And may the Lord, like, fulfill all that he's promised to you. May you be everything that God has said you will be. Let's see. Okay. Because my Lord is fighting the battles of the Lord. So, again, this is where you know that she knows his, what he's done, who he's been. It's very, very hard to fight Radon while you actually read and talk about God's word. Oof, this is not good. Okay. All right. And evil shall not be found in you as long as you live. And again, she alludes to, like, she's stopping him from the evil that he's about to do. If men rise up and pursue you and seek your life, the life of my Lord shall be found in the bundle of the living and in the care of the Lord your God. And the lives of your enemies shall sling out as from the hollow of a sling. Going after him. And when the Lord has done to my Lord according to all the good that he has spoken concerning you and has appointed you prince over Israel, now she's claiming his kingship and his authority, which is also huge. My Lord shall have no cause of grief or pangs of conscience for having shed blood. I gotta hit this guy. We're all right. So she's once again calling to his morality and being like, hey, you're gonna be king over Israel. You're gonna be all this stuff. Don't let this be a mark. Don't let your pursuit and destruction of Nabal be a mark on your kingship. Oh, that shouldn't have hit me. And when the Lord has dealt well with my Lord, then remember your servant. So I've made this thing better. Remember me when you come into all that God has promised you. All right, you guys do like at least 100 damage. There you go. This way. Okay. And David said to Abigail, blessed be the Lord, the God of Israel, who sent you this day. Here we go. This is where I'm gonna call in some people. Oh, he's not hitting me. Oh, that worked out really well for me. All right. Blessed be the Lord, the God of Israel, who sent you this day to meet me. Blessed be your discretion, and blessed be you. Oh, come on. He's going to be angry. Did I get either of those? No. that time. All right. I know we're cheating this thing. Hey, thanks for following the live. Can't read that far away. It's a struggle right now. What's going on, Lieutenant? Okay, so he says, "Blessed be the Lord, like God has sent you to keep me from blood guilt today. Kept me this day from blood guilt and from the working salvation with my own hand." Right, and this is a key call. This is something that Saul often struggled with: is this desire, this like feeling that he wanted to go and solve it himself, and not trusting God to take care of it. And David's willing to be corrected, right? Oh, that didn't work. Okay, well, I don't think we're finishing him off today. We'll get there, though. This will give us time to read tomorrow as well. We're here every single day. My time and Mountain Time, this is 5:30 to 6:15. So I've got like 1 minute technically left. For as the Lord, the God of Israel, lives, who had restrained me from hurting you, unless you had hurried to come and meet me, truly by morning, there would have been none left to Nabal, so much as one male. Then David received from her hand what she had brought him, and he said to her, "Go up in peace to your house. See that I have obeyed your voice, and I have granted your petition." And Abigail came to Nabal, and behold, he was holding a feast in his house. So she's out saving everyone's life, and Nabal is sitting there feasting, not knowing that he's on the verge of like total disaster and catastrophe. It's crazy. And he was holding a feast in his house, like the feast of a king. And Nabal's heart was merry within him, for he was very drunk. So she told him nothing until the morning light. And in the morning, when the wine had gone out of Nabal, his wife told him these things. And his heart died within him, and he became as a stone. And about 10 days later, the Lord struck Nabal, and he died. So God ended up having his way with this man that was foolish, that did not do well by David. And David all along could have just trusted that God would take care of this, and like retribution is to the Lord, right? He can take care of this. He will bring judgment, and he does. And then God uses Abigail to stop both of them from being foolish, right? And this is interesting. What is it, like? Answer a fool according to his folly. What's that? That's a proverb of some sort. But that's essentially what David was efforting to do, and then Abigail stops him. And what's interesting is how God works this out for the benefit of Abigail as well. So we see what's good. Can you follow me? I'm currently holding a newborn child and holding a controller, but maybe after this, we'll see. I can't really even touch a keyboard and mouse at this point. I do have one hand free. I can touch a mouse, but maybe in a bit. Okay, so he dies. And then David heard that Nabal was dead, and he said, "Blessed be the Lord, who has avenged the insult I received at the hand of Nabal, and has kept back his servant from wrongdoing." So, hey, God, this is all you that kept me from doing this evil thing, and then took care of it for me. Okay. The Lord has returned the evil of Nabal on his own head. And then David sent and spoke to Abigail to take her as his wife. So Abigail, in her discernment and her wisdom, ended up both saving David from doing harm to all of her house and her family and everyone else. Kept him. Thank you for the like. Kept him from wrongdoing and evil. And then after, like, beyond that, what's crazy is God uses it as an opportunity to put her in the house of David. So she's now in the line of kings based upon the actions that she took in haste to keep these two men from foolishness. And that's crazy. And God works that out, right? Like, she gets to go with him, and in essence be the wife of a king from then on. Took her as his wife. I will keep doing it. We're here every morning. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. when the servants of David came to Abigail at Carmel, they said to her, David has sent us to take you to him as his wife. And she rose, bowed with her face to the ground. Behold, your handmaid is a servant to wash the feet of the servants of my Lord. So graciously accepts. And Abigail hurried and rose and mounted a donkey, and her 5 young women attended her, and she followed the messengers of David and became his wife. David also took Ahinoam of Jezreel, and both of them became his wives. Saul had given Michal, his daughter, David's wife, to Palti, the son of Laish, who was in Gilead. So Saul took away his wife and gave her to somebody else, which terrifying, gross stuff. But anyway, okay, so I'm actually past time, and I've got to be somewhere. I've actually have to like shower and get ready and be somewhere pretty soon. So I've got to go. But we'll be back here tomorrow doing 1 Samuel 26, and probably still failing to kill Radon in the same span of time. So if y'all would like to join for that, you're welcome to. I appreciate y'all watching. Blessings to you, Bull's mom, as well. Thank you. And we'll see y'all in the morning if you want to be here. Thanks, y'all. Have a good day. Actually, close this out now. I like saying goodbye and then having no idea how to stop everything that I have going.